Hey everyone, Hans here. Hope everyone's doing well. You might have missed last weekend that I've put up a video. Some have noticed, some have come at me with it, wondering what happened, others showing their support, and both are appreciated. I will remember that. As certainly I will remember that my video was taken down due to, what is that called? They call it guideline restrictions or whatever, but I just call it restrictions on what we are allowed to talk about. Now, perhaps at some point I'll leave the screenshots I've made for people to make up their own minds. Those who are truly curious, although I do suggest that you let me know first. Yeah, just let me know first. I want to see how many people are interested in that. And based on that I might place it somewhere, because I sincerely doubt I can leave it on the medium that I use for my channel, which is YouTube. I'm pretty certain that would only garner me a second strike. So, is there anything else to add to that? Well, I always find it interesting when there are these people who have massive audiences and they speak of certain issues in the world, yet somehow they are perfectly fine, they are left alone. And I do wonder, is that because of what they say, or is it because of the size of their audience? Will there just be too many people that are angered if those, when that double standard is crossed, where some are allowed to speak and others are not, depending on what is going on in society? Or or is it just about that these people are saying things that are maybe... Yes, indeed, forest spirit. It is unacceptable. But also, forest spirit, why did you detract me from my mind? Where was I gonna go with this? And now the other forest spirits are going at it. Not sure if you're hearing it. Yeah, I apologize. I'm going to have to take a step back for a minute. And yeah, basically it comes down to the people who then are left alone. Are there enough people listening to them and therefore they're left alone? Or is it that they share something that is harmful, even in among the truth, whether they do that, whether they realize that they're doing that or not? I just want to throw that in there, because you never know. Am I surprised that I was taken down? Yes, I actually was, because I do not dispute anything specifically. I was only asking a question. For those who have seen the video, you'll be able to say that, right? To verify that. I was only wondering who is worthwhile listening to and who isn't, at the end of the day. Who is trustworthy and who is untrustworthy? The reason I was given, where I supposedly where they decided I said something untoward, was also a rule they gave that had no bearing on anything I've said. Of course, you have the option to send an appeal, but all I got was an automated response full of, untruths, which is, it's just straight up disrespectful in my opinion from one human being to another. But I suppose they think that they can just do that to people and claim that they are supposed moral. Well, if morality has anything to do with it, I guess. Nonetheless, it does make me contemplate to go somewhere else. I may not do it straight away. I probably won't do it straight away. If I'll let people know. I'll ask others to let people know. Simply for the fact of I'm not the sort that immediately scuttles off. I like a bit of a struggle, but a healthy one. And one that is worth the energy and the time spent there, right? I think that's only sensible. Yet, maybe there is more to garner, because I've known, and you probably known it as well, is that this isn't the only form of stifling that my channel has received over the last year. It's just not the case. So who knows? Maybe it's time to realize that there are other meadows to tread upon who aren't being scorched. So what can I talk about? Am I going to try to just talk about the same all over again? I don't think there is any point to it. There are just some things you cannot talk about in public. Well, you can, but there is just too many who will help tyrants stifle you. Not that is just what is going on, of course. And in the wake of that, maybe it's then good to realize that what you aren't allowed to talk about is something you really need to take to heart. That is really worth focusing on for as long as you're not allowed to talk about it. And other than that, just keep spreading useful information that may help people, as I like to think I'm doing at this point in time. I've gotten so much good feedback and nearly zero ill feedback whatsoever, which is also a bit surprising and in my eyes why my video gets taken down. Is there anything else to add to that? I'd so like to end on a positive note. I think the positive note at the end of the day is, we can be unfazed in the wake of all of this. Be relieved, I suppose, in the fact that Hans is gonna carry on, as he always will. And that you are going to carry on, and that everyone else who regularly checks in on my videos will also do the same. Everything was as before, just minus this little, what do you call that? Little bump in the road, I suppose. And it's not even that. It's far less than that. Maybe I would also suggest to inquire, if you haven't seen my last video, what it was about with others. Or I suppose you can also come at me and ask what it was about. I may just send it to you personally, or because I do. This is also the thing. Me and several others, we do actually keep my videos backed up. It's kind of like with other people that have been banned in the past, for no real reason, or that is to say, with reason, but ignoble reasons, I suppose. And give it a moment, and before long, all manners of people will start reposting it all over the place throughout the years. And it's like nothing really changed. Nothing severe at any rate. Yeah. As for anything else, yeah, you know what the most positive note out of it all is? There is this conception, or this, no, pardon me, there is this perception that many have that those who are doing this, those who are deceptively and backstabbingly even take away information, for adults to check out and to determine for themselves whether they agree or disagree. I think the good thing there in that is that, or the good thing to realize in that is these people who want to silence, who do the book burnings and all of that, wouldn't be doing so if what they were pushing, if the power that they want to garner for themselves is within their reach, or is something that is assured. If it was assured, they wouldn't need to bother with doing this. And that is the most important lesson, I suppose, out of all of this, for me, at least for me. Perhaps also to you, or perhaps you already knew this, and if so, well, good on you, of course. In the meantime, yeah. Come next week and I'll put up another video, and I'll do so for at least until New Year. And maybe a good time actually, now that I think about it. I actually had a friend who already approached me and said, dude, Hans, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else where they will allow that. But you have to say that they will allow you to open your mouth. They won't chain you, they won't do anything to you. There are still such mediums around. Maybe it's a good time for that, because it is a time of what you might call to contemplate what was the past, which is the immediate and the long-term past, and to brace yourself for the next beginning of the cycle of nature, if you will, of the seasons. So who knows? Maybe in the wake of that, in the wake of Yule, I'll just do that. We'll see. Oh yeah, and one more thing: the insults, the hone, the trickery and the stabs of those who have chosen to be anti-white is always a compliment if you're on the receiving end, because it means you're doing or saying something that is correct, something that is due, and also exposes them for the, well, less than worthy people to heed, except as being wary of them, as an ill source or an ill influence within our lives. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go for another walk through the dark. It's what can one say? So many people enjoy sunny weather and blazing heat on their skin, and it's all well and good to warm up under the sun's rays. But there is a beauty to this time of year as well. It has to be said. Actually, I would like that it was said a bit more, because it's a season of rest. Some might say it's a season of death, when everything, when life retreats almost. But no, it's a season of rest, because that life is still there. It's just regarnering its energy to sprout forth once the sun returns. It's nice how the seasons work together that way. And that is also how we can work. Now with that said, you all enjoy your dark days and have a good one. Bye bye.